Hey guys, MS555 here, just coming to you guys with a duel video today. I've been playing Sabres online. There's been a lot of people on there playing like Shadows and Sylvans and Stellar Knights and stuff, so it's annoying. I usually just I don't like playing OCG because I feel like when we get those cards, the format's going to be different anyways. So playing against that garbage now is not really all that fun because like when you're playing a fun deck or a deck that's not highly competitive but it's still good, it's frustrating when you just get out advantaged by broken cards that are all still at 3. So I don't like playing OCG. So a lot of these are going to be decks that aren't OCG. They're just like fun builds. Most of these decks weren't very good. A couple of them were. But I just kind of want to show you guys some of the combos that Sabres can do if you get things going right. So anyways, let's start off at the very bottom here. So this against Mecha Phantom Beasts. So we'll just play this one through. So I open a pretty slow hand overall. He does like gear frame here. His build's really strange. Like really weird. So I just do the Boggart, special the Dark Soul, just so I have a float. And it gives me something to run over. I set the Deep Prison. He plays Bait Doll, which I'm like, what the heck is this thing, dude? I had to read it. I was like, oh yeah, that card. So it kills my Deep Prison. He specials Fortress. Fortress is annoying because like I don't know if he's gonna use it. So I could have used the Max C beforehand. But it doesn't actually. The problem with this program is it doesn't give you a chance beforehand to like, hey, do you want to use your Max C at any point? So I can't chain it to him special in Fortress because it's an inherent summon. So he runs over both. I'm going to search out a Poshul and just do some stalling here. Draw another monster, unfortunately. I only run like 16 monsters deck. I count these more as like traps. So I draw or upstart goblins, better version of upstart. So I draw the tanky, basically another monster. I grab the Boggart and I set the Dark Soul knowing that I'll have like a Fault Roll play. He attacks, and I'm going to search out the Fault Roll, of course. So I summon the Fullhelm. What my plan was here was I was just going to normal special and then do a Hyunlai play, but he ends up playing enemy controller. So he steals my Fullhelm Knight, which was a weird play. Excuse me, guys. Need some water really quick here. And I can't negate Fortress with Full Helm because he'll get to look at my hand and discard a card. And I don't want him discarding that Fault Roll. So I know he's going to probably go for like a Draco Sack or something play here. So now I can use my Max C. So he does. I draw one. And I draw another one. This guy's build wasn't very good. He ends up like popping and then he creature swaps and runs over. And I just MC the back row, knowing he doesn't have anything, and then next turn I can just go off or do something. And I end up drawing Mind Control. I was sat here for like a minute or so, being like, okay, should I just grab the Draco Sack and then like tribute it off to hit the Full Helm Knight? And I was like, no. The best play is just to take my Full Helm back, special, and then start doing some crazy plays here. So I make the Goyo too good. It's the reason I want to play this deck is it makes Goyo so easily. And I just run attack, and I'm just going to set the 2 Phoenix Chains, and he scoops at this point. Search another Fault Roll. He draws for turn and just scoops her up. So, of course, he draws a bad card off that, too. So, yeah, that's one. This Fertimals deck was kind of cool, but it's not very good. So I opened kind of a strange hand, but it's actually, like, Maxi is insanely good against this deck. So I played Duality. I think I grabbed the Dark Soul here. Yeah. So I just set 3, set Dark Soul. It's a good back row. He plays the Bear thing. This card is awful. I don't know if you guys have read this thing, but once per turn, I know Jason was just testing this deck out, and I read this, and I was like, this card's trash. So you can discard 1 card, draw 1 card, and reveal it. If it is a Fernimal monster, you can special summon 1 monster from your hand, otherwise discard it. Okay, so it's basically a -1 if it doesn't go through. Otherwise, it's just a 1 for 1. If this card is in the graveyard, you can add 1 Fernimal monster. So I actually misread it. I don't know why, but he actually does get the special here. So he activates the effect, and then he discards. Now, he still gets a draw out of it, which I thought was really strange, because it's the cost of discard. So I don't know if I did something wrong here, or if DevPro doesn't know how this card works yet or something. But anyways, like he discards his cost. I should be able to chain MST, destroy it before he draws, I think. I don't know if it works that way. So Anyways, kind of strange. And then he ends up getting a search too. So I kind of go minus off that. I'm like, oh wow, that was so bad. I don't know why I did that. So here's where I chain the Maxi, and this is where I come back. So he's going for a push now. He has to. So he summons this thing. I keep drawing cards. So I draw 2 off that. I'm just gonna book it. And then he summons Junk Synchron, which is bad because it's just like I got the Maxi going right now. So I draw another one. Draw another one. This was actually a good call on his part though. Is I can't do any synchro plays while he has this on the board. So I draw the other Maxi. I'm just going to set everything and end again. Unfortunately, I do Raggy Gura. That's okay, though. So he flips up. I'm just going to bottom side. He activates. He's going to chain the Maxi again. So the Maxi just poops on this deck. Special die. Draw another card. He's going to attack. I'm just going to deprison it. And then he just scoops it up because he knows like he can't do anything. Next turn, I had plays. So it's going to normal summon. I guess he would have attacked. So I probably would have searched out the Boggart Knight. And then I would have just like normal summoned, specialed. And then done plays, so he just picked it up. So this against some guy playing a Dark Magician deck. His deck wasn't super great, but it was actually surprisingly consistent. So he's running some weird cards though. So I'm just gonna summon, I think, the bear here. I'm gonna grab Trapstone. Yeah, because I don't know what he's playing. In the long run though, I actually should have grabbed the Maxi. That would have been the right play because he ends up not having like any traps except for the shield thing. So I just go full on Might Beatdown, set a back row. He summons Summoner Monk, and this run, like, oh man. So I Phoenix Chain, and then he lances, and I'm like, wow, I should have had the Maxi here, because you'll see this Trapstone ends up staying here for most of the game, so I would have drawn like 4 cards off this Maxi, and then he got shields. So I'm like, huh. So I just deprison, and unfortunately the deprison does wreck the Dark Paladin, though. I would have had a huge advantage over him, though, if I had Maxi'd. So I summon the Boggart, I'm just going to special this, and I'm just going to attack. That card's bad, though, because you can't use it in the damage step. It's when a monster attack is declared, so I can just Chain Book a Moon to it. This guy was determined to beat me, though, so he rips the Phoenix. So you see this thing still sitting here doing nothing. I just negate the attack. So I'm just going to bait out here because I end up going 1-for-1 off the Synchro, and I know he's going to negate it, so I just do that, and I'm still getting my search in the end phase. So I search out the Fall Troll, draws Warning, and just scoops it up. So he messaged me, and he's like, hey man, do you want to play another one? I want a second game. So I was like, okay, sure. He's like, I want to beat you. So we played again. I opened another really... This stupid program loves to give you cloggy monster hands. Like, it's just so weird. So once again, he does the exact same play. I was like, wow, this is surprisingly consistent. Like, he opens up the exact same thing he had before, basically. So I was kind of impressed with that. It's a -1, but still pretty good. And then, of course, I draw the Maxi. Excuse me, after he goes off. So I got to get that thing off the board so he's in special on a Dark Magician. Of course, he's just going to kill my bear, but that's all right. So I think I set the... Yeah, So he negates it, which is a good call. I'm just going to set the Dark Soul. The nice thing about the negate, though, is it's kind of like playing Herald. You want to just like make sure his hand's as low as possible. So he summons Prisma, dumps out a Dark Magician. He's just going to attack. And I think I set the... I tried another Maxi. I was like, oh. Yeah, this was a really bad monster cloggy hand. This is why I don't like playing, like... I see a lot of people running 20 monsters and sabers. As you can see, like, unless you get your normal summon through, the deck's really slow. So, anyways, I can start going off here. So I'm going to pop the back row, make the M7, bounces XYZ, just attack. I can set the Gotems, and then no, because the Pashul's on the board, I have a play next turn. I take 1,000. He's got no plays. Excuse me. Yeah. So now my hand's gross because it's all monster cloggy. So I start doing plays here. Special the Troll, Synchro for Stardust, special back, Synchro for Gotems, special the other Fall Troll, Tribute, hit a card in his hand, special that back, Tribute, hit that, Tribute, hit that. And then I still have the Gotems just to do stuff next turn. And the Rocky Gura's live too. So that's going to get me a search. Grab another Troll, and he just scoops it up. So he's like, come on, one more. So I was like, okay, we can play one more. So he, I think, does open the play. Yeah, so he can manage this. So I chain the Maxi. I'm just going to go 1-for-1. I'm like, well, at least I get one draw off of it. He plays Kaiser. I was like, oh, man. So I'm going to grab the Pashul. I summon the Full Helm, and I just end. I did this because I have the Compulse, so I just waited for his end phase so I can just normal the Dark Soul. and then just blow up his back rows. He does end up having the Warning and the Veiler, though, so it's like, well, that's not going to work out. It's okay, though, because I do have the Fall Troll, Boggart, Poshul thing. So it's kind of slow playing here. He's got nothing. He draws another Veiler, which sucks for him, so he has to set it. That's why I don't like Veiler right now. I just think it's really bad. So I'm like, well, might as well go off. So I just start going off again. He online, get rid of that Kaiser, make him 7. Bounce that back to my hand, so now I can do the Boggart, Raigir, Fall Troll play. Brings back the Dark Magician, summons. I'm just going to book him in the Dark Magician, and then he just scoops it up. So he didn't really do anything. Anyways, this one I just want to show you guys. This guy's deck is terrible. But this is something I want to show you that you should never do. Ever. I think most good players will know not to do this. So I can open a mediocre hand. It's not great. I don't know why he played that D-Tribe thing. That was weird. So I grabbed the Torrential off this. He knows I have the Torrential. So what does he do? He summons. And scoops. Don't ever do that. That's bad. If you know somebody just has Torrential or something, don't play into it if you have no plays. Like I don't know why he summoned the Dark Magician or the Magician of Faith either. That was just strange. So this against a Zombie Swarm player. He ends up milling really gross too, but Max C once again puts in work. He mills like perfect off that charge too. So I'm going to Max C. He's in a special. He's in a special. I go plusies. This is why I think Mind Control is so good right now. Banish itself. And then I'm like basically 2-card advantage at this point. So I'm just going to let it through so I can search out the Full Helm Knight. Because I had the Book of Moon, I think. Yeah, so you know I can do plays here. So I'm going to attack, book, switches, get the effect, special troll, I believe. Yeah. Synchro, just going to bring that back, and I'm just going to end my turn. Just because I know Goyo kind of poops on that deck. So he's going to summon Zombie Master. I think I'm going to Fiendish Chain here. I think he scoops it up. Yeah, he scoops it up. Too strong. So this was against Reptilians. This was an interesting game as well. So this card, I'll tell you right now, is really, really annoying. Excuse me. So I go Bear Pop. He has the Fiendish Chain. I was like, oh, darn. So I flip up. I'm going to go Goyo here. Like, okay, I'm fine. I'm going to attack over this. And then I'm like, what the heck is this? 0 Goyo. Too good. So he tributes. He goes to attack. I'm just going to deprison. And I believe I switch Goyo to defense. Yeah, he plays this Reptilian Spawn. Interesting. I'm not drawing much here, so I got to do the double Boggart play. So I attack, and I'm just going to overlay, and then grab the tanky to grab the bear, I believe. He's only rank 4 at play just because he adds consistency. So he's saving that Lightning Vortex. I'm going to use Bear Pop. He gets a search. Attack. I get another tanky. 22. Grab Boggart. Set the other Fiendish Chain. So I have 2 Fiendish Chains. I'm looking really good here. He plays Lightning Vortex. I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Who plays that card? So bad. And now it's just like a stall game for a couple turns here. I set that. No, I really shouldn't have excuse me, I really shouldn't have set the traps done when he doesn't have any back rows. This card's, it's good and it's bad sometimes. So I do the Raigir just to grab back the tuner so I can get rid of the swords and make a push. And I draw the Fall Trolls, so I'm like, him going off. Of course, he has Veiler, so I'm like, oh man. So I just special the troll anyways. I'm going to special this back. I'm just going to go beat down. And then I was like, oh yeah, right. He's got freaking swords. I'm being a scrub. So at this point, I'm just like rocking board presence. I deprison because I don't want him getting that thing's effect. Because he basically will destroy it and special back to his side of the field. So now I get to the online. Now I can play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm going to special, detach, add that back to hand so I can Summon again, grab the fall troll back, and he has freaking 2 of those things set. So both my guys are at 0. It's like, oh my gosh. He's gonna tribute them both to this Vasky thing. Tries to pop it. I'm just gonna Fiendish Chain. Overlays for Slacker, and then realizes, oh yeah, I can't be destroyed by battle. It's like, what an idiot. So summon the Raigira, add back to fall troll. That's why I did this. Special that back. Special that back. Make the Hyunlai again. Pop those 2 back rows. You guys call the Haunted. I'm just going to trap stun. So there we go. Then I'm going to chain that. Chains for days. Special those back. Special that. Negate that. Boom, boom, boom. Hit the Raigira. I can run over that. And he just picks up because he knows it's game. So because I'll just attack with the Hyunlai over for 21. So that was an interesting game for sure. So this guy's basically just playing like soul charged up deck. So he's just like Cyber Valley. Nothing amazing. I opened like a really typical Dev Pro dueling network hand where it just stacks you monsters. So I'm just going to warning because, you know, Jinzo. Oh, look, I drew another monster. I guarantee if you play this deck in person, you won't draw like this. It's just, I don't know, these online programs like to screw you over. So I got the Torrential Double Dark Soul, so I'm feeling pretty good here. He's going to summon Trooper. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to Torrential that. It's bad. So I let that die so I know my Full Helm Knight is live. So summon the Full Helm, flip up that, special the Troll, going to attack. He gets Merchant, and then he's just going to mill a bunch of stuff, and I think he adds Soul Charge to his hand. No, sorry, Overload Fusion. I'm like, oh crap, so I lose if he gets that off, so I was like, basically I need to get that out of his hand. So I go for the Golems play, pop, pop, and then boom, I lucked out and finally hit that off the last card, so that was really good. So I got plays here for days. I got the Golems Emergency Call set, and I'm just going to go off here. Because you can actually Golems Emergency Call back the Golems, which is what I'm going to do, and a Dark Soul. Special the Troll. Special back the other one, and then I'm just going to pick off his hand. And then just attack. He gets 1 card out of it. I technically could have used the Golems again there, just to get the last card out, but it was like, doesn't really matter at this point. He specials the Fortress, I flip up the Bottomless, and that's game. So this is versus Gishki. I think I just... Yeah, so we just played... I just played this guy. I think he was the last guy I played, actually. It's actually a fairly good duel. So duality. I don't know. Like, I still love trap stun. Like, the games I get it off, it's so strong. But some games you just draw it and you're like, eh. I kind of wish I was running like other protective traps or something. Because Hyunlai is like I don't know. I think it's really good against a lot of decks. It's just kind of like it's scary versus Hat. So he ends up getting off the dude's effect. I'm like, well, excuse me, sorry guys. I'm like, well, that sucks. So I pretty much just used Bear beat down this game here. Bear's MVP. So he's playing. Just pauses here. If you control a face-up water monster active on this effect, look at all sets bar. Look at the top 2 cards of either player's deck or turn to the top of the deck in any order. So pretty interesting. Not a very good build though. He's got a lot of dead cards. Now I could have played this next turn aggressively. I could have just gone for the push and it would have been game. Which is probably what I should have done. But that's okay. Still win this one. So I do misplay here as well. He's going to flip up this thing. And I should have trap stunned it. Oh, wait. No, sorry. You'll see what I do. So I should have chained the Torrential here. And he wouldn't have got that back to the deck. And then he would have just been stuck with those in hand. I could just attack for game. That's what I should have done. But me letting him get those back to his hand lets him do plays. Unfortunately. I still have the Torrential, so I flip it up. Gets that back to hand. And then he knows I get a Surge, so it's just game. So that was a misplay on my part, though. I should have just Toried. So this was against a really bad Fiend Deck. Actually, don't know why I recorded this one. That's okay. So I just go Dark Soul, set 3. So he summons this thing. I'm like, what the heck is this? So it's basically like a really big version of Spirit Reaper, but it's a level 5, so it's kind of sucky. So I just book a moon it. Imagine that if that was level 4. It'd be gross. Flip it up, make the Hunlai. He's got nothing in the back row. Unfortunately, he's got Goes and Match, which does nothing against this deck, and Gravity Bind, which does actually hurt, but since I had the Hunlai, I was good there. So I grabbed the Fall Troll. So he has a Divine Wrath. Nothing special. So at this point, he's got nothing. He rips that thing, goes to try and crash and steal my monster. I deprison. He's still got nothing. And I'm like, okay, GG. So I finally draw the Saber, special the Troll, special that back, make Naturia Beast, attack, attack, attack for game. And the last one here was versus Fire Fist with hands. So this one was actually a pretty good game as well. So he's just going to set, I don't know why, like if I go first, I'm just going to play the Leopard and grab the Tanky and make sure I got something safe. Because like getting Leopard through is pretty important. I don't know why he set that. It was just a weird play. But I was like, well, I got nothing for the Leopard thing anyway. So I just MST. Like he would have got the Tanky through and he would have been in a better spot. So luckily I ripped the Rhoda here. That's where the Trap Stun really puts in work. Because he had Fiend Deck and Deprison. So I'm just going to hit both. He tries to chain it. I'm like, okay. Special it back. Grab that. I'm going to attack. It's an ice hand. I'm like, oh, poop. So I make the M7. Add the Troll back to hand. Again, in the end phase, I get Pashul. And of course, he has the Dark Hole here, but he's not going to use it. He's going to try and attack. And then he forgets I can negate. I don't know why he did that. He doesn't make X-Titan, which is kind of weird. He's still saving that Dark Hole, so I don't even know he has it at this point. I'm going to negate. I'm going to run over the bear. Do a bunch of damage, and then the end phase, I get a Dark Soul Search, and then when he Dark Holes me, I'm going to get another one here. 3 Dark Holes, and then he just sets the Ice Hand again. I think I just play the Duality here because I know it's Ice Hand. So I got the Ragigura, so I have the Ragigura play. I believe I have a Troll in here. Yes, I do. So he's gonna Tensen that, and then I'm like, oh, that's too bad, Pashul. Or sorry, not Tensen, Gyoku. So I summon, add that back to hand with a special, and then I start doing Yu-Gi-Oh plays. Make that Goyo, special that back, make that Stardust. Because I know he has the Ice Hand set. And then he just scoops it up. So that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm just going to quickly show you guys my deck profile again here. This is the exact same one I had on my channel. It hasn't changed at all. Still playing the exact same trap lineup and everything. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and you guys have a great day. Peace.